All right, this is smart, and I want to welcome you to Tech Immersion Day 3. We started Tech Immersion since about 3 days ago now, and on the first day we looked at a particular aspect of tech, and then we were able to explore Django, and then with Django we were able to create something simple. We were able to see how we can effectively make use of our get request method. And with the get request method, we're able to create a simple calculator. And then with this calculator, we're able to see that, oh, this is how get request is used as regarding Django. Then after that, we also looked at another data. We looked at another aspect of Django. And then we looked at another aspect of CSS rather. And then we look at Flexbox and Flex Container, where we're able to see what Flexbox is all about. And then we're also able to see what Flex Container is all about. Okay, so those were things that we looked at in our previous technique. And today I'm very delighted to tell us that we have another person amidst us this today. That's the 3 of Tech Immersion. And she's going to be showing us more in-depth knowledge on what Django has to offer. And then she's going to be talking about a lot of things regarding Django. She's going to be talking about the models, about the views, about classes, and they'll understand how object-oriented also can come inside of our Django. So all those things are things that we are going to be exploring today. I am more than delighted, and I believe we are also more than delighted to have our us to dive into a lot of things regarding that Django. And today she'll be building a diary app for us, and then we're going to see the start and finish of how to actually go about building a diary app. So for those that will be following probably online on YouTube, all the files that she'll be using will be provided in the description, so you can get them, download them, and then follow along with the app. So today is going to be we're going to be in is a tech immersion. So we are bringing you down deep into tech, and then we'll be exploring what how to go about building a diary app. Now, without wasting so much time, the person we are bringing is Miss Ajay. She's a developer. She has worked on a couple of projects now, and I believe she has a lot in stock for us, even as we begin to explore what she wants to build this day 3. Now, without wasting so much time, I just want to call her on board. So you will have to introduce yourself and then begin with the project instantly. So over to you, Miss Victoria.
Um, Good evening. My name is Ajay Victoria, and I'm a web developer. So I'm going to be like showing you how to create a diary app, a simple diary app using Django today. So without much ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, I'd like to show you like the functionalities of our diary app. So our diary app is supposed to take entries from individual users and store it actually in the backend and display it on the front end. And each user has to register, and you can access your diary entries without logging in. So to further buttress that point, I'll be showing you this. So this is the registration page, and this is the email um and login. So I'll just be choosing a username actually. So let me just type in something here. Okay. And type in password. So we're clicking on register. So you see it brought save password. So we're going to save it. We have to log in actually. So logging in. Okay. So we are logged in. So to add a new entry, I'm going to click on this and you see add new entry. I'm going to enter a title. It's like A1, and then the body says A1. and we will just save it. And you can see, yeah, this is our diary entries here. And we could decide to add another entry probably for day 2. Day 2, and then we can say this is day 2 and save. So you can see both diary entries. So no matter how many diary entries we enter, it will keep saving them in our diaries. And anybody can access this, or else they log in with your username and your password. Okay, so that's that. So let's get. Okay, so I'm going to be creating a virtual environment, and to create my virtual environment, we have to like use this keyword Python-M VMV, VMV. That's the name of my virtual environment. Okay, like to create a virtual environment in my Git bash. Sorry for that. I'm not using PowerShell. So yeah, same thing. Okay. Okay, yeah. So my virtual environment. Okay, this has been created previously. So we just go inside our virtual environment. And then inside our script to activate the virtual environment. So dot activate. And yes, our virtual environment has been activated. So I'm going to also install my Django. Install my Django into the virtual environment. Okay, so my Django is currently being installed. It's taking some time. So it has to like download it to install it. So okay, so that's done. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is creating my Django projects. So Django admin start project, and then my project is diary underscore project. Okay, and then I'm going to enter my project. And inside my project, I'm going to be creating my admin. So Django admin name is diary underscore. So we are done with that, with the installations, and also here we have it. Our diary project is our diary app, and this is my diary project. So first things first, we're going to be going to the settings, and we're going to be adding the new app we just created to this list of installed apps. So I'm going to say my diary app. Yeah, we're going to be adding to it, and then we come to our URLs. What we're going to be using include. So I have to import include too. So we're going to be creating a path. So we'll say every time we visit an empty string, we should include URLs from diary app dot URLs. And I'm going to be actually entering something else here, but we are not going to be using it immediately, or we are going to be using it along the line. So I'm going to be entering accounts. You are going to know what it's going to do like very soon. Accounts include diary underscore app dot URLs underscore authentication. So we're not going to be using this at the moment, so I'm going to be commenting it out so it won't give us issues. So we are done with our URLs for the project. So now to go to our URLs for the app. So I'm going to be creating my first file, which is I'm going to name urls.py. And I included urls.authentication there too. So I might just as well create it once and for all. URLs underscore authentication.py. So this is what we have business with for now. We're going to say from current directory, import views. And then we'll say from Django.urls, import our paths. And then URL patterns. And then we're going to say path. Now we'll use an empty route. It should show us views, an index called like a function called index in our views, and name of that function of that URL is called index. Yeah, so we're just going to be working with this for now. And the next thing we are going to have to do is to import our templates. So we're going to be using templates and statics. Statics are our images and our CSS, and our templates are our HTML files. So I'll just go to my folder here. I already have a folder that contains all the necessary resources I need. So this is my template, starting from the register to the diary to, yeah, this is my template. So I'm going to come in here. The name of my folder is Django 16. This is my virtual environment, my projects. Okay, I have to come here first and create a folder called templates. So it's in this folder I'm going to deposit all our HTML. Another folder called sequence of here. So I'll come back here and my app. And yes, you can see the templates. I'm going to be pasting this here. And then I'll go back to my desktop, to my previous folder, and this is my CSS, and this is my images. So I'm going to come back here and paste it in my static. And here is my static. So that has been successfully pasted. And yeah, we can see it already. And see. So these are our HTML files, and these are static, the images and the stuff. So I'll have to come back here to my settings and include this particular line of code that says static files underscore DRLs directories. They're going to be a list, They're going to say OS for path for join, and then open HTML. and then static. Static. And comma here. And I'm going to have to import. Okay, I'm going to be adding templates to this too. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be adding templates here. Yeah, so I'm going to be importing OS because it's not here. I'm going to be importing OS. So just import OS, and then we are good to go. So this is my index.html file. So to be able to use my index.html file, I'm going to have to link my CSS and a block of code. Yeah, I'm going to be using a block of code and then static and static space quotations and that's it. All right, so that does it actually. So now let's see what we've been doing so far. And this is just linking our CSS and our HTML. Okay, we have to create the views too. So we are going to say def. It's a function index. It's going to take a request. And we're going to say return render request slash index.html. Yes, index.html. So let's see what we are doing here now. So we're going to use py manage.py. Name. Okay, this is it. Here we have our link. And we have this beautiful list. Let's see. Yeah. So our index now. Index. So I'm going to be using our layouts. So I already have a layout, and you can see this block of code here is the layout is basically the heading and the footer side. So this block of code here is going to represent anything we want to put it or anything we extend layout to. So I'm going to be copying this. Yeah, I'm going to be copying this. I would have loved to show us how I linked every part of it, every image, but it's going to take a lot of time. So I'm going to copy this. I already had this before. So I'm going to paste it here in our index. Yeah, basically it's still going to show us the same thing. You see, when we go to our server now, you see, still showing us the same, no changes whatsoever. But it gives us flexibility and reduces our workload by having a layout. So that's enough of that. The first thing I'm going to be doing next is going to be creating our models. So I'm going to be importing a bunch of stuff. We're going to say from Django country authentication. We're going models, sorry, dot models. We're going to be importing user. Yeah. So we're going to be creating a class. We have job diary form, and it's going to be taking models, so model, and then we are going to be entering our fields. The first field we are going to be entering is models, the model foreign key. And our foreign key is going to be our user, which I've previously stated. I'll say on delete models cascade. Yeah. And then default equals to 1. Now our next one is going to be our title, which is going to be our models dot char field, which is taking a max length of 100 letters, 100 characters. And then our body, which is going to be models dot text field, and that one will be taking an argument actually. And then next year we're going to say def string self initialize is a function should return self dot title. I wanted to return our title as a string. Okay, this is giving me some issues here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now that's working perfectly. So the next thing we're going to be doing here is creating another file in our app, which I'm going to name forms.py. And then our forms.py are going to be put a bunch of stuff up to. We're going to from our Django, I'm going to import forms, and from our models, we're going to import the class we created, and from okay, so we're going to be importing Django dot country dot authentication dot forms. We're going to be importing our user creation form. Okay. So we're going to be creating a class entry form. Entry form is going to be taking taking forms, the model form. Yeah, this is going to be our entry form where the users enter their diary entries. So the class meta was wanted to take it as a metadata, and then our model is going to be our diary form. That's one from our model, and our fields. Sorry, field in the list, and the first field is going to be our title, and then second field is going to be our body. Right, that's name here. That's going to be our body. And then we're going to be creating another form here because we need them to register. We're going to be calling this form registration. And it's going to take user creation form. And we need an email field. So I'm just going to say email equals forms the email field required true. And it's going to be taking a metadata too. Sorry. And our model is going to be our user. And we're going to take our fields. it's not so it's going to be first field is going to be our email. The second field is going to be our username. Third field is going to be our password one. And the fourth field is going to be our password. So let me just say password. And that's it for our form. So the next thing we're going to be going to now is our views. So for our views, we are importing a lot of things. So we're going to say from the forms, import our entry form. Import our entry form and our registration, and then from our models, import our diary form, and from Django dot country dot authentication import login, and then from Django dot country dot dot authentication dot decorators are going to be importing login required. Yes, so that's what we're going to be importing. And then the next thing here is our I'm going to be at login required because we want them to access the view only if they've logged in. So let's say our diary. So the first view I'm going to be creating is our diary. Is going to be taking requests. And yeah, I'm going to be taking requests. I'm going to say entries equals diary form and diary form dot objects dot filter, and it's going to be taking user equals requests dot user. So it's going to be requesting for the user every time, and you're going to say return render and requests comma and see our diary.html. That's what we want it to one.html, and we are going to be creating a dictionary, and it will say entries, and after entry we say map to entries as well. So we want this entry to map to this entries, and that's it. So the next thing we're going to be creating is going to be our input, like the view for them to input their diary entries. So we are going to say new entry requests, and we are going to say if now we're going to be using if statements. If request dot method equals to posts. So compulsorily the request must be posts. If method equals posts form equals, so what was that here? It was entry form. Was the entry form request dot user, and say if form dot is valid, we're going to say diary entry. Actually, I'm going to be creating a new variable. Diary entry equals to form just save. And this will be taking the argument of commit, which is going to be false. It's not actually going to save it in the backend. It's just going to force to save it. And we are going to say diary underscore diary entry underscore entry. Sorry, there's a mistake there. Diary underscore entry dot user was requests user. And then I'm going to say diary entry equals form dot save. Yeah, and let's say going to be returning render. Okay, yeah, we're going to be returning render. Okay, sorry, returning redirect. Okay, that's something we forgot to import here. I'm going to be importing redirect soon because we need something to redirect us after. So return redirect, and that will be diary. This diary, I want to like after login, it should redirect us here. And the last thing here is going to be else. To close it, we're going to say form equals entry form. Entry, no arguments whatsoever. And then we are going to return return render requests, comma, yeah, request. And that will be our new entry dot html. And we're going to be creating a yeah, I'm going to be creating a dictionary for this too. We're going to say form maps to form. Okay, that's it for our new entry. So we have to create another one for our registration. But rather than just going through the entire process, I might as well just copy it and make some changes to it. Yeah, and make some changes to it. For this too, I want them to like be required to log in. Yeah, so let me put login required here. And so yeah, I'm going to be changing this to register. I'm going to be changing this to changing this to form 2, and this will be registration, and this one will be form 2 is valid, and we are not going to be using this. We're going to be changing it entirely with something new. I'm going to say user equals form 2 dot save, and this too, it's not needed. This too is not needed as well. So I just going to say login request user, and this will be form 2, and this will be registration, and this will be form 2, form 2. So that does it. Actually, we are done with that. Let's go to our URLs where it is URL. So we're going to be creating a bunch of URLs here now. So copy and I think just 3 in general URLs. So we're going to create one for our diary. I'll say views dot diary and name. It's going to gallery. And then we're going to say new entry as well. New entry. And this one will be new entry. And this will be new entry as well. Okay. And so now I think finally we are getting to what we need to. So we're going to be using our authentication name. What we need here is where to save URLs for our registration and our login. So we're going to use them from Django import. Okay, sorry, from our current imports views, and from Django.urls normal view for normal views are going to be import for normal URLs rather. We're going to be importing parts. And then now something you are going to see from Django contrib authentication import views as auth underscore views authentication views. So creating URL patterns, URL patterns to lists as we all know. Sorry for that. And then I can say path. And name of our path is login. I'm going to say authentication views the login view as view, making an argument of template name underscore name. Okay, now just a typo there. Templates, yeah. Underscore name equals our login HTML. And then comma name of the view is login. You see, so this is our login.html here. So we're going to use another view as well, creating another part as well rather. And the name of that part is going to be register. A register doesn't need too much. There's need views dot register. So say one okay, just register and then sorry. Views the register name equals register. Okay, I feel there was an error here. This is not displaying the color I wanted to display. Sorry, I'll check this real quick. Views. What's the name of our views here? Okay, capital letter register. Let me change this here. So that should work. Yeah. So that's working all right now. That's working all right. So this is showing us something, an area. It says fine. Let's go and check our models. Okay. It's saying an invalid syntax. Let me break out of my. All right. So yeah, I showed you earlier. Now we won't have time to like go through the linking, but this is just it. This is our navigation. So I already linked it. It's a block code, curly bracket and the percent URL. These are index. That's the name of the view of the URL rather. Say our diary, our register, and our login. And every other thing has been linked. Like I says, our new entry as well. So we are going to be running migrations right now. We are going to say PY manager PY make migrations. Okay, and then we are going to be using the same thing, almost the same thing. We're going to say migrate. PY migrate. So it's going to migrate everything. Yeah. So I'm going to have, yeah. So let's try to run our server and see if it works. Okay, there's something I forgot to comment out here. Yeah, what we commented out earlier in our URLs here. So let's remove the comments. And yeah, setting, yeah, we're going to have to create something else, a block of code, which is login underscore, sorry, underscore redirect underscore URL. Yeah, and yeah, diary. Okay, yeah, diary. Let's break out and let's run the server again. Okay. All right, so this is our server, our register. Okay, our register is working. Let's try it. Let's say Mr. Spots and password and register. You see that's okay. So let me save. You see, add new entry. Before I can add new entry, actually, we said it has to require login. So you see Mr. Smart say let's log in. And it's going to redirect those. The redirecting is having some glitches there. So let's just use it for now. And yes, so this is Mr. Smart. And then say I am Mr. Smart. Let's save this. Yeah, that's working. Let's try another one. I'll say this is the smart code. We are having it, and we save it. Okay, so the only issue here now is you see add new entry back to diary actually takes us back to our diary. See, takes us back here on our register. And if I click on this diary too, it takes me back to my diary. My home takes me back to my home page. You see, and if I click on this, it takes me to my diary again. So everything seems to be working fine except for our login. It's not redirecting us to our diary. So let's come back to our backend. Yeah. So this here, our login redirect URL. Yeah, it's supposed to work. Let's see how it used to. On redirect diary. Okay, this is supposed to work, but it's giving us some issues. Let's try that again. Let's refresh. So we log in. Okay. Well, that's just a minor glitch. It's something we can actually just move in, like live with. You could just like after you log in, you could just like press the back button. And you see underneath here, although not that visible, but then we have our register button. So it redirects us to the registration page. And you see underneath here, we have our login, which also redirects us back to our login page. So that will be all on how to create a simple diary app. Yeah, this is our diary.
All right. Thank you very much for that. We've been able to, get a lot of things. In fact, there are a lot of things that you have put in there, from the login to the registration to the models to the forms to the, a lot of things in there to the views to the URLs, that's a lot of things, we need to digest, pause at some time, I need to pause at some time to, digest what you are really, dishing out at some time. But this is good. And thank you very much for coming around today for Tech Immersion Weekly. And we have been able to get a lot, and we really want to appreciate you for that. So before we go, I don't know if any of us have a particular question I want to ask in the person of Darius Solar, in the person of Lee. If you have any question you have for Miss Victoria, so before we call it the day.
No question.
Okay, no question. So in absence of no question, I want to especially appreciate you again for coming around, for building this particular app. You can see it's not really, when people say build something, they think it's just like a big job. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of muscle memory, it takes a lot of practice, to put all these things on your head and so that you can actually build something. And I know it's not easy to be back in developer. And there are a lot of encounters, there are a lot of things that you also encounter while building it. You have to check the error, you have to run the server again and again, to get what is actually wrong. So I want to appreciate you for coming around for Tech Immersion Day 3. That's how to build a diary app with Python and Django. So all right, we'll call it a day from here. Thank you everyone for coming around. We really appreciate you. See you tomorrow on Tech Talk, on Tech Immersion Day 3. Thank you. Have a good night's rest.
All right, thank you for having me. Good night, everyone.